Thank you for joining me for our intermediate level yoga class. This is going to be a 45-minute strength focus class. So let's begin with our core work. We're going to come onto our hands and knees here and just warm up the wrists a little bit before we get into it. So just shift forwards and backwards. You want to drive the finger pads into the mat. Biceps forward, shift forwards and backwards. Shift forwards and backwards. Okay, good. So there's a lot of engagement involved here as you step your right foot back and step your left foot back. Immediately push away the mat. You should feel your chest lift and the shoulder blades spread apart in protraction. Posteriorly tilt the pelvis so lengthen tailbone towards your heels. Curl your hip bones toward your lower ribs. Try to touch them and then drive your belly button up to the sky. Squeeze your palms, inner elbows, and armpits, even your triceps towards each other. Inner thighs, inner knees, inner ankles. Push your heels into my imaginary hands and lift the kneecaps. Good, and stay here super engaged. Looking forward, shift forward and pause, shift back. So this is a great wrist warm up in addition to core and upper body and everything, thighs and glutes. Shift forwards and shift back. You want to feel like, continue. You want to feel like the chest is moving through the gateways of the arms. Shift forwards and backwards. Shift forward. Find a little scoop in the belly, a little hollowing of it as you shift forward. Feel that rhythm. Yeah, it's such a nice feeling. Shift forward and back. One more time. Hollow the belly, way forward, shift forward, feel the deep protraction, and shift back and down onto your knees. Sit back onto your heels. Shake the hands out. So usually the limiting factor is the strength of the upper body and the arms, okay? So this is full body strength here today. All right, good. Coming down onto your hands again, step the feet back. Push away the mat. All right, good. And then lift your right leg up and squeeze and firm it as you knit your ribs together and draw navel in. So please don't collapse the ribs and the hips and the belly. Bring your right knee to your right tricep, squeeze and touch it. Inhale, slide it down. Exhale, drive it up to the armpit for 1. Keep the knee on the arm. Inhale and exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale and exhale for 5. Extend the leg back and come down to your knees and sit back. Shake out the wrist just very gently, never vigorously. Good. And again, let's come down onto our hands and knees and step the feet back. Immediately engage everything. Lift your left leg up and firm it. Firm the thigh and glute. Drive your left knee to your left tricep, straight arms. Slide the knee down to the wrist. Exhale, drive it up 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhale and exhale for 5. Extend the leg back, drop it down, and come down to your knees. Okay, good. Very nice. So that's a lot of activation there. Now we're going to come into downward facing dog. So lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can always check the length of your down dog by coming into child's pose actually and extending the arms forward and then lifting the hips up and back. That's just a nice little trick. So find downward facing dog. Lift up high the balls of left foot and sweep your right leg up. Squeeze and firm it. Keep driving the hands down and forward and look forward. Bring your thigh to your chest as you shift the shoulders over the wrist. Push away the mat and compress the core by gluing the thigh to your chest and taking your tailbone long. Can you feel that? Curl your hip bones toward your lower ribs even more. Very nice. Okay, good. Go ahead and bounce the thigh to your chest for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, good. Sweep it up and back, downward facing dog. Look forward and bring the knee to your right tricep and touch it. And sweep it up and back, downward facing dog. Come forward and twist and tap your left elbow or above the knee, above the elbow, and sweep it up and back. Good, from the thigh and glute. One more time, shift it forward, thigh to your chest. Good, and sweep it up and back. And a right elbow, and like a doggy in a hydrant, take it to your right tricep, straight arms, and up and back. And then cross the body, take it to the other side, tap, and sweep it up and back. Drop it down, other side. Lift up high on the balls of right foot and sweep the left leg up. Push down and forward with the hands. Good. Look forward and bring your thigh to your chest. Really engage that core. Lengthen tailbone away. Push into the mat and feel the protraction. Feel the lift of the chest. The thigh is glued to the belly. Good. Bounce it up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sweep it up and back. Three-legged dog. You can keep your right heel up. Go ahead and take it forward. Tap your left tricep as high up your left elbow as you can and take it up and back, really compressing that core. Good, and then cross the body, twist, and tap as high up that right elbow as you can, tap, and up and back. Very nice, drop the leg down and come down to your knees. We're gonna do an upper body strength work that's one of my favorites. So we're gonna use the blocks. And please, if you have foam blocks, I would recommend that you don't use them, okay? So it's better to get cork blocks. The foam ones are not very stable. All right, so here, I'll demonstrate. So I'll cue you through it. So we're gonna take it into high plank. And here you have to really be engaged in the body, right? So lengthening tailbone down, firming the thighs and glutes, and drawing navel down. All right, you're gonna shift the shoulders forward. Good. So they're about over the wrist now, a little bit forward, and bend the elbow straight back and straighten for 1. Push down to the left hand and pick your right block up off the mat without lifting your right hip down up, okay? Place it on the medium height. Good. Shift forward, chaturanga, high plank. Drive through the right hand and pick the left block up and put it to the medium height. Shift forward, chaturanga, high plank. Push down through the left hand, keep the hips square to the mat, and pick up the right block and put it to the lowest setting. So it's absolute control, right? Shift forward, chaturanga, high plank. Drive down through the right hand. You should feel your core engaged and lift out of the shoulder. Pick up the left block and put it down. Shift forward, chaturanga, high plank. Drive through the left hand, pick up the right block, medium height. Shift forward, chaturanga, high plank. Push down to the right hand, pick the left one up to medium height, shift forward, chaturanga, high plank. Drive through the left hand, put the right block to the highest height, tallest height, shift forward, chaturanga, high plank. Drive through the right hand and pick up the left block, shift forward, chaturanga, and high plank. Okay, come down to your knees and just put the blocks off to the side. Well done. Okay. Good. Let's come to downward facing dog. In down dog, just for a moment of quietness, think about your intention for this practice. So maybe offer your practice up to someone you love. Drive the heels down as you take your tailbone up and push the hands down and forward. Start to squeeze palms towards each other, inner elbows and armpits. Very, very strongly engaged, right? Good, breath in, long spine, long side body, long side waist. Exhale, drive the inner heels down and lift inner ankles to activate the inner thigh muscle. Take tailbone up, but lengthen the middle back. So no collapsing, open the armpits. Very nice. Okay, let's go through our high lunge. So here, turn your right heel to the center of the mat and sweep your left leg up. Push your hands down and forward as you curl your tailbone up. Good, push down and forward with the hands, even more straight arms. Let's get into the hamstring tendon. Just look under your right armpit a little bit, look up to the ceiling. Good, and look back down. Push down and forward with the left hand and take your inside of the right ankle with the right hand. Continue to drive your hand down and forward. Stretch your left leg away, squeeze it up. Good, and then maybe point the left toes a little bit more and break the pose. The right hand down, turn the right toes forward, lift up high, look forward. Bring your thigh to your chest and land your foot between your hands. Good, get all the activation alignment set up. Good, and one breath, high lunge. Come into your high lunge. And here, we're gonna take a block and put it under our left foot. So go ahead and step on that block with the left foot. This will make us work a little bit harder, okay? All right, so finding high lunge, you don't have to have the block, okay? It's totally optional. Here, you could put your hands on your hips to begin with the square hips and chest. Good, and now you're gonna bend your left leg to 90 degrees. Make sure the left hip crease moves back and squeeze to the right. Lift out of the way, squeeze shoulder blades and arch it back. Now the back leg is bent right now, so I'm gonna bend it more and tap to the mat and stay down here. Squeeze that right glute and drive hip forward and curl the upper body back, squeeze it. Good, maybe you could float the knee up all off the mat a little bit. You'll feel a lot of sensation in the right glute. Lean back, lean back, lean back, and then straighten the back leg. Bend the back leg, maybe tap it down, lift out of the waist and arch back. Squeeze that right thigh and glute massively, good. And then straighten the right leg, come up a little bit. And one more time, bend that right leg, tap the knee, and squeeze the right glute. Drive your hip bone forward, lift out of the waist and arch back. Good, and straighten the leg. Take the arms up. If you're wobbling or shaking, that's okay. I am too. So lift out of the waist and reach back as you straighten the right leg more. Squeeze and firm it, and break the pose. Well done, you guys. Okay, good. Place the hands down and take the foot off that block. You can put it to the right side. We're going to use that in a second. Good, and step it back. Here, we're going to come into our chaturanga, so actually put the block to the side. Squeeze everything to the center line, to the midline, and shift forward. Biceps have to spar forward, firm the body. Inhale, bend the elbows. Exhale, straighten one. Inhale, exhale two. Inhale, exhale three. Inhale, exhale four. Inhale, exhale five. Inhale, exhale six. Inhale, exhale seven. Drop to your knees anytime you lose the form, okay? Inhale, exhale seven. Inhale, bend, exhale 8. Inhale, exhale 9. Inhale, exhale 10. Take it into downward facing dog. Good, and let's just come down to our knees, sit back onto the heels to relax the spine. Long breaths. And then back to downward facing dog. Very nice. Good, staying down dog. Make sure your shoulders are turning out, so externally rotate them. So turn your biceps up, never have the shoulders come in, roll in towards the ears. You're really gonna impinge the shoulder. All right. Okay, good, so turn your left heel in and sweep your right leg up. Push down through that heel and curl your pupil bone up, stretch that leg away from you. Maybe look under the left armpit to the ceiling, opening up that hamstring tendon a little bit. Good, and then look forward, look down to the mat. Push your right hand down and forward, massively engage. Lift your left hand up and take the inside of the ankle. Stretch that right leg away from you. Split the legs. Continue to drive your right hand down and forward. And place your left hand down, turn the left toes forward. Good, and then look forward and bring your thigh to your chest and protract massively, scoop the belly. Compress that thigh to your chest as much as you can. And then step it forward between your hands. Good, and place the block on the mat and put your foot on it. This is purely optional, okay? I like to be able to go deeper in the back. Okay, so get all your alignment activation. On one breath, you rise up into high lunge. All right, so here, just get all set up. Square the hips and chest, kind of feel into it. I love feeling into this high lunge position. It really isolates the hips, right? Good, and then you can keep your hands on your hips and start to squeeze your shoulder blades and curl your upper body up and back. Already you should feel your left glute. And you can softly bend that knee, it'll make it easier, okay? And then bend the right leg and drop the left knee down, stay here. Curl your upper body up and back and squeeze that left glute a lot. Push down to the right heel and come up just a little bit and squeeze the glute and arch it back. Good, and then come up to 90 degrees with the right leg and straighten the left. Good, bend and tap. Curl your upper body up and back, squeeze that left glute. Rise up a little bit, squeeze the glute a little bit more. Come up to 90 degrees, straighten the leg and arch it back. Let's do one more. Tap the knee. Good, curl the upper body back. Good, and then drive through the right heel, lift up, and stretch to straighten that left leg, okay? And curl the upper body up and back. Take the arms up, good. And lift out of the waist and reach back with straighter arms. Extend the fingertips away from the crown of the head. Squeeze and firm the left thigh and glute. This is your internal practice. Go deep within. Find your strength. Find the activation. Good. Maybe one more breath. And break the pose. Very nice. Okay, coming down. Take the foot off the block. That was a very intense move. That is so great for strengthening. Step the right foot back. Okay, stay in your high plank, please. Of course, squeezing everything towards each other. Good, and then come to the top of the left foot. Your right toes are still tucked under. Pull navel in. Look forward towards the front edge of the mat. Squeeze and lift that leg. No arch in the back, and tap the foot. And lift it for 2 and tap. And lift 3, tap. Lift 4, tap. Lift 5, squeeze, tap. Lift 6, tap. Navel in. Lift 7, lift 8, lift 9, and lift for 10. Okay, good. Drop down to your right knee and flex the left foot. Bend the knee. Okay, you're gonna stomp the ceiling with the sole of the foot, but it's important that you don't sag the hips down, so pull navel in, knit the ribs together and protract. Okay, and then the left hip stays down, squeeze and stomp the ceiling, squeeze it up and lift for 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, squeeze it up for 10. Go ahead and straighten that leg. Good, and squeeze it to the highest height that you can. Okay, and then pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're gonna bend the knee and tap your left tricep. Keep the leg bent and slice it back. Yeah, squeeze it and slice it back towards the back right corner. Squeeze, bring that knee back more at an angle and then come back in. Tap and slice it back for 2. You don't release into the lower back, you squeeze and engage. And tap the left tricep and slice it back for 3. And tap and slice it back for 4. And tap and slice it back for 5. And tap and slice it back for 6. And tap and slice it back for 7. And tap and slice it back for 8. And tap and slice it back, squeeze it for 9. And tap, arms stay straight, and squeeze and slice it back for 10. Okay, square the hips again, the leg is still bent. Flex the foot, squeeze and lift the leg as high as you can, cross the left knee over the right calf, and then squeeze and lift it and drop it down. That's the move without arching the back, okay? Knit the ribs together. Lift, cross, lift, 1. Lift, cross, lift, 2. Lift, cross, lift, 3. Lift, cross, lift, 4. Lift, cross, lift, 5. Lift, cross, lift, 6. Lift, cross, lift, 7. Lift, cross, lift, 8. Lift, cross, lift, 9. Lift, cross, lift, and 10. 3-legged dog. Tuck your toes under, sweep the left leg up and back. Drive through the right heel, curl your pubic bone up and engage that leg. Push your hands down and forward. Good, and keep driving the heels down. Maybe the head, maybe the forehead can come down to the mat. No impingement of the shoulders, so the biceps have to wrap up. Turn them up to the ceiling. Arms are straight and drop the leg down. Very nice, you guys. Good, so from here, hollow the belly and wave it forward into your high plank. Extend your right foot back so you're on the tops of the right foot. Squeeze and firm the belly in, knit the ribs together. Good, lift, squeeze, and tap 1. Lift and tap 2. Lift, tap 3. Lift, tap 4. Squeeze strongly and tap 5. Push earth away and tap 6. Navel in, tap 7. And squeeze and lift, tap 8. And lift and tap 9. And lift and tap for 10. Okay, bend your left leg and bend your right leg. Flex your right foot. Sole of the foot stomps to the ceiling. Knit your ribs together, good, and squeeze and lift for 1. Squeeze and lift for 2. Squeeze and lift for 3. Squeeze and lift 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And squeeze and lift for 9. And squeeze and lift for 10. Okay, very nice. Extend the leg straight, firm it, and lift it as high as you can. Now pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee and tap your right tricep. Slice the leg back towards the back left corner of the mat and squeeze that glute. Good. And that's 1. Tap and slice it back without releasing into the lower back. 2. Tap, slice it back for 3. Tap, slice it back 4. Tap, slice it back 5. Tap, slice it back for 6. Tap, slice it back 7. Tap, slice it back for 8. Tap, slice it back for 9. Tap, and slice it back for 10. Okay, good. Sole of the foot back up to the ceiling, knit the ribs together, squeeze and lift and cross over the left calf. Squeeze and lift and drop it down 1. Lift, cross, lift 2. Lift, cross, lift 3. Lift, cross, lift 4. Lift, cross, lift 5. Lift, cross, lift 6. Lift, cross, lift 7. Lift, cross, lift 8. Lift, cross, lift 9. Lift, cross, lift for 10. Okay, 3-legged dog. Tuck your left toes under and sweep the right leg up and back. Stay here for about 3 to 4 breaths. Driving the left heel down, curl your pupil bone up and stretch that right leg away from you. Push your hands down on the floor, biceps up. Maybe the forehead can come down to the mat. Don't be in a rush to do that. Stretch the right leg away. Stay here. Very nice. Okay, right leg down. All right, so hobble the belly and wave it forward into high plank. So a lot of engagement here. Push down through the left hand and bring your right forearm down to the mat. Bring your left forearm down to the mat. The body is a plank. You're in a forearm plank so the butt doesn't stay high, okay? Place your right hand right under the shoulder and brace the core and press up for 1. Down, down, up for 2. Down, down. Learn to engage. Body is engaged. Push down to the right hand for 3. Down, down, up 4. 1 more. Down, down, up 5. Try to keep the hips steady and still. Other side. Left forearm down, right forearm down. Up for 1. Down, down, up 2. Down, down, up 3. Down, down, up 4. Down, down, up for 5. Downward facing dog. Well done. Excellent. Find down dog to be a resting pose and turn biceps up. A very challenging practice, so great job. And what I really want here is for you to learn how to engage so you actually learn to lose the strength you have instead of dumping into the joints and potentially injuring yourself and not getting the benefits of getting stronger. All right, good. Okay, let's flow it. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, thigh to chest. Find that strong engagement, protraction, and scoop in the belly, and land warrior 1. Ground down through the outside edge of the right foot. Inhale, inhale, inhale to the top of Virabhadrasana 1. So we're here for 5 breaths. Every breath in, you're lifting out of the waist. Find that length and lightness. Every breath out, more activation, deeper connectivity. So squeezing right thigh and glute and using the outside edge of that foot. 4 more breaths, please. Left hip crease back, right hip forward. Heavy tailbone, no arching. Breath in and breath out. Good. I like to cross my thumbs here and flatten the other fingers against each other. At least there's that connection, but I don't need everything interlaced. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. So your internal practice is where you guide yourself through things. You are your own greatest teacher. And you start to embody poses and cues. It's a muscle memory. Very nice. Okay, from here, open to warrior 2. Find a powerful warrior 2, please. left heel in the middle of the back foot and make your body as hard as a diamond. You're here for a good 8 breaths. So you have to find that left heel. Pull the left hip crease back and squeeze it to the right. The left inner knee moves forward and moves to the left. Stay connected with the outside edge of the right foot. Can you make your body harder? Make sure hips and chest are totally square to the right. Breath in and breath out. Stay, inhale, and exhale. So find Sthira Sukham, that perfect balance between effort and ease. Using the breath to find the ease. Find the engagement, but the body is still soft. If your left thigh is burning, that's okay. Enjoy that sensation. Okay, good. And extended side angle. So find extended side angle. So either drape your left arm or take your left hand on a block or to the mat. Good, and sweep your right arm open overhead. Revolve your chest and reach your right fingertips away. Make sure your left outer hip is actually working. So pull it back and squeeze the right. You want to roll your right shoulder back so that you're leaning the back against the wall behind you. Firm the right thigh and glute and lengthen tailbone towards your right heel to make sure the core is engaged. Okay, you can stay here, otherwise you could go to a variation. Drive down to the left heel and maybe extend the left arm forward. And rest your left ear on that bicep palm up. Maybe you could take your right arm over. Squeeze, reach the fingertips away. Stay in your left heel, please. Good, and return to warrior two. Let's go into triangles. So straight to the left leg, shift the hips way back, reach the left arm forward and windmill it. Revolve, look up to your right thumb now, squeeze your shoulder blades. You're here for several breaths. Take tailbone long towards your right heel to engage the core and squeeze sit bones towards each other. Yeah, and then squeeze your shoulder blades. Drive the back of the hand into that left leg. The left leg energy pushes back. Opposing action, opposing energy, right? Spread the right fingers and reach for the sky. Spread the left fingers and reach for the earth. Good, go to variation if you have it. Breathe. Ground down, rise back up and rebend. Okay, we're gonna go into Parivrtta Parsvakonasana. So bring the right arm forward, pivot on the balls of the right foot. Firm the right thigh glute, lift and exhale, twist. All right, so here, hold the belly and take a bind if you can. Turn your nose up to the ceiling, keep it there. Keep rolling that left shoulder back, and over time, try to straighten the left arm. Good, and revolve. Draw your navel in and lengthen left hip crease away from you, away from the shoulder. Steady and still. Look down and forward and step your right foot forward. Good. We're going to drive down through the right foot and stand up. So if you don't have a bind, you take the outside edge of the left foot with the right hand and stand up. Otherwise, people with a bind, go ahead. Stand up and extend your left leg forward. Good. And if you can, look behind you. Those with a bind, join everyone else. Grab the outside edge of left foot and extend it out. Clasp your left arm to your left ear, spread the fingers, turn them inward, and reach for the sky. Push down to the sole of the right foot. Good. Lift the heart. And then drop your left arm behind you, squeeze that shoulder blade towards the spine, and turn and look behind you. And if you're wobbly, that's okay. All right, bring the left arm forward, cross it over the right arm, and take a little forward fold. Release and hold the leg up there and reach the fingertips for the sky for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, Garudasana Eagle. Wrap the left leg around the right, squeeze everything to the center line, and sink into the right heel. Left arm under, right arm over. Lots of engagement here. Squeezing in, shrink wrapping your body towards the center line. And release. Find a figure 4. Flex your left foot and it's above the right knee. Either bend or stand the leg and sink the weight into the heel and stay here to open up the hip. Otherwise, we're going to go into our arm balance here. Your hands are going to come quite far forward. You're gonna lift up on the balls the right foot and flex your left foot and hook it to the right tricep and continue to pull it to the left. Bring your left knee to your left tricep. Everything squeezes to the center line and lift the hips forward and up and forward. And then you might be able to bend your right leg and lift it up. You might be able to energize it and lift it up. Squeeze and firm it. Hold. Hold. Lots of strength work here. You're going to step or flow back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, pause here for about 3 breaths. Let that left hip open up a little bit. Firm the thighs and glutes and lift the heart. Biceps spiral forward. Good, squeeze shoulder blades. Lots of energy in triceps here. Good. When you lift the hips up and back, we're going to place our forearms down on the mat, okay? So begin to lift the hips up and back and bend the elbows. But squeeze the elbows towards each other, palms and inner armpits, and place them down. All right, so in dolphin pose, you can stay in dolphin. You're just going to drive down through forearms and lift the chest and spiral biceps forward. Your belly has to be scooped. The bonus have to be engaged. If you want to go through a strength work, we're going to shift it forward into chaturanga and back to dolphin. Okay? So looking forward, push down through the palms to lift the elbows, but squeeze them towards each other. Shift it forward into chaturanga and then back to dolphin 1. Shift forward and back for 2. One more time, shift forward, chaturanga and dolphin for 3. And then straighten the arms, downward facing dog. Very nice. So find down dog as a resting pose once again. Find length in side body. The middle back has to stay long, so knit the ribs together, please. Good. Inhale the right leg up. And bring your thigh to your chest and massive activation, core and protraction. Push the earth away, glue that thigh to your chest, and land your warrior 1. Good. Inhale, inhale, inhale to the top of your Virajasana 1. You're here for 5 breaths. So go in deep within your internal practice as your own greatest teacher. Stay here. Every breath counts. Want to find the steadiness and the stillness here. Open the armpits. Feel a lift out of the waist. And warrior 2. Powerful. Warrior 2. Make the body hard as a diamond. Squeeze and firm. Try to drop the left hip so it's the height of the right knee. Use the right heel. Utthita Parasvakonasana, extended side angle. Take your variation, please. Find that heel and pull right hip crease back. Lean the back against the wall behind you and reach left arm away. Go to variation, whichever variation that you choose. Oops, good, and reach it away. So, I lose my balance all the time. So it's okay, we just put the ego to the side. It's no problem. We're practicing, so no problem. Just have fun and enjoy. Rise back up, warrior 2. Triangle pose, go ahead. Take it into Trikonasana, triangle pose. Find stillness. There's a lot of deep activation going on, but the body is still. And the breath makes it soft and easeful. This pose is interesting. You have 4 limbs moving in 4 different directions. How do you engage your core in this pose? go to variation. Rise up and rebend. Parvita. So take your twist. Inhale, left arm forward, hip on the balls of left foot, and lift and twist and hook it deeply. Good. Take a bind. Revolve your chest. Look up to the ceiling. Look down and step forward. So these are poses we really have to practice a lot. So don't worry if you fall over. I mean, I fall over all the time. So soften your left knee and drive down through solo foot and stand up. Good. And if you have a bind, extend the legs straight and look behind you. And join everyone else. Take your left hand and hold the outside edge of the right foot. Extend it out and plaster the right arm to the right ear. Spread the fingers and touch the sky. Drop the arm behind you and look behind you. Right arm forward, take a look forward, fold, oops, and release. Extend the leg out, reach your arms out. Good, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Giridhasa Eagle. So I used to get so embarrassed if I, messed up or fell, but now, must be age or something, now I understand it's part of the practice. So squeeze in, practice is not for others. Good. All right, good. And figure 4. Go ahead into flying pigeon or Galavasana, okay? So if you have a variation in between, that's great. But make sure you flex your right foot and come forward. And flip the left leg up if you can. Hold. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Good. Hollow the belly and wave it forward. Come to your left hand, move it to the center and side plank. Right foot in front of the left foot, right arm up. Inhale, exhale, push the mat away and square hips and chest and sweep the right arm under and give yourself a hug. And peel it open for 1. And sweep it under, make sure the butt stays low. Push down through your left hand and sweep open for 2. And sweep it under and open for 3. And sweep it under, open for 4. And sweep it under, and open for 5. 5 more, sweep it under, open for 6. And sweep it under, open for 7. And sweep it under, open for 8. 2 more, push down to rise up in the shoulder, sweep it under, open for 9, push down through the left hand, and sweep under, and open for 10. Square hips and chest, extend the right arm forward, and step your right foot forward, and bring the left knee down. Frame your right foot, half splits, Ardha Hamanasana. Just 1 breath here. We're going to kick the heel and try with all our might to pull it back. Curling the pupil bone back. Okay, good. And rebend. Keep your left hand on the mat, keep your left knee on the mat, and step your right foot back. You can put your right hand on your hip. Just roll your right shoulder back. Stand on your right foot and your left hand. Push down, lift the left knee up. Don't hinge at the hips, please. Tap your left tricep with your left knee and extend 1. Tap, extend 2. Tap, extend 3. Tap, and 4. Tap, and 5. Tap, and 6. Tap, and 7. Tap, 8. Tap, 9. And tap, and 10. Okay, bend the leg and place your right hand down. Extend the left leg straight behind you. Shift it forward, chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Hollow the belly and wave it forward, high plank. Move your hand to the center, side plank, left foot in front. Good, and left arm up. It's important to drive the right hand down, feel the side body activate. Now square hips and chest without lifting the bum, your 1 diagonal line. Sweep your left arm under and give yourself a hug, but chest and hips are square to the mat. Peel it open for 1. Sweep it under, open for 2. And sweep it under, open for 3. And sweep it under, open for 4. And under, hug yourself, and 5. Hug yourself, open for 6. Hug yourself, open for 7. Hug yourself, open for 8. Hug yourself, open for 9. Hug yourself, and open for 10. Okay, square hips and chest, extend the left arm forward, keep the shoulder over the right wrist. Step your left foot forward and bring the right knee down. Good, extend the left leg straight, Ardha Hamanasa, kick and pull back. Curl that pupil bone back, lots of activation here. Left hip crease higher and pull it towards the back right corner of the mat. Very nice. Okay, rebend. Keep your right hand down, keep your right knee down. Step the left foot back. Here, people tend to hinge at the hips, so squeeze your right glute and drive the hip bone forward and roll the left shoulder to stack on the right. Left hand on the left hip. Push down through left hand and pick up your right knee. Push down through right hand, power the push. Tap your right tricep, extend the leg in front for 1. Tap, extend 2. Tap, extend 3. Tap, extend 4. Tap, and 5. Tap, and 6. Tap, and 7. Tap, and 8. Tap, and 9. And tap, and 10. Place your left hand down as you bend the right leg, extend it out. Shift it forward, find your chaturanga, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Good, look forward and take a little hop, feet behind the wrist, and a low squat. We're gonna come into our crow pose. So here, crow, activate and squeeze in, and maybe one-legged crow. Go ahead. Good, take it forward, and take the legs up, and maybe you can take one leg up. And release. Okay, good. Back to our squat pose. And settle into this. Very nice, excellent. Okay, from there, we're gonna just step it back into our high plank. Shift it forward, knees, chest, and chin. Ashtanga Namaskara. Inhale, Bhujangasana from the whole back side of the body. Good, and exhale, downward facing dog. Very nice. And drive your heels down and take your tailbone up, much like the way we started. Finding that long side body, long side waist. Inhale the left leg up. Good, exhale, land the foot outside your left hand. Good, and slide your right leg back and lift the chest. Squeeze the right thigh and glute and bounce it. Good, and scoot the knee back and lizard. So find your lizard pose, driving your forearms down and pulling back, or maybe you're more flexible. Go ahead and take any variation here, but keep the bandhas engaged. And break the pose. Okay, good. Step it back, down dog, and step the right foot forward and lizard. Good. First find a bouncing lizard and go ahead. Find your lizard pose. And break the pose. Okay, go ahead and find Chaturanga arms. Tuck your back toes under, lift the knee and step it back. Come to your knees, Shirshasana, headstand. So in headstand, we're gonna pike the legs up and down 3 times if it's available to you, okay? So go ahead, walk the feet in. And if you walk it in so much that the hips are going past the shoulders, then it floats up when you push down through the forearms. Lift the shoulders. You want to find your flow range of motion, so squeeze the glutes so the hips drive forward. Good, and then pike the legs down, glue them together, shift the butt back, and tap the toes, and take it up. Squeeze the glutes to drive hip bones forward 1. And hinge, and tap, and take it up for 2. And hinge, and tap, and take it up for 3. Good, lift the shoulders, and go ahead and float the legs down, child's pose. Very nice. Excellent. Okay, from here, let's just come to lying on our backs. Draw your right thigh to your chest and scoot the hips over to the right. Drop your leg over to the left. Revolve your chest open so you ground the right shoulder down. Revolve it and extend your right arm out. Look over to your right fingertips. Remember that you have to traction and lengthen the right hip crease away towards the feet. Good, and the left hand gently traction the right knee down and break the pose, other side. Okay, shift the hips over to left as you draw the thigh in. Drop it over to the right. Go ahead and revolve the chest open. Look over to your right arm, left fingertips. The arm is at shoulder height. Lengthen the hip crease away and stay. Breaking the pose. Very nice. Okay, so on the inhale, squeeze every single muscle in your body. Squeeze. Exhale, lion's breath. Tongue to your chin. Ha. Inhale, squeeze. This time just side out. Ha. Whole of the body heavy, loose, and still. Honor your intention. Honor your commitment. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Please stay in Shavasana for as long as you can to rest and restore the body and the mind.